Channel,
I'm Crypto Corey.
and I am your mom's new boyfriend.
And you know what? I might just be your new ex.
Yep.
So
So you can call me daddy tonight, folks. No, I'm Money Mike.
yeah, this is getting already off on a tangent. All right. What's going on with these markets?
So this week, dude, oh man, is all about SpaceX and Microstrategy with Bitcoin and Israeli stocks pumping because peace in the Middle East, and you know, now we're at the end of the week. SpaceX dumped for 2 days. The S&P dumped a bit. The Strait of Hormuz is already closed again. It's just freaking all over the place. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you know what? The markets are reflecting that, and it's just been chop.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, back and
seems like it's pumping back up now, though.
yeah, dude. It's I was
I'm
trying to
making
figure
a
out what it was gonna do, and sure enough, it's looking like a little bull flag up there.
Oh, we're not out of the woods just yet, Mike, and
Oh
we'll go over that in the live stream here today. So, if you like what you guys see, please like and subscribe. But also remember, we are not financial advisors, and what you see here is just simply a documentation of our financial journey. If you learn something from it, well, God bless you. If you don't, keep coming, because you probably will eventually. And if you don't learn anything, then why are you here?
yes, definitely keep coming.
Keep coming back.
I'm gonna stop. I did a scoop of pre-workout right before this. I was like, I need some energy. Need to get the people excited about this stuff. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah. So you want to start with the Bitcoin chart? You want to go a little history lesson on the S&P 500 from this week?
Whatever you want. We'll do Bitcoin, I guess, first.
Yeah, because that's actually doing something. So it's
What do you
actually
think?
trading.
Yeah, let's here. I don't know. It's still looking sketchy to me, Mike.
Sorry, I'm laughing at all the drawings from last time. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It
Let's remove all the drawings and start from scratch and see what do we see here.
it definitely broke below that trend line though. I noticed that.
What the one I just drew, this one?
The one you had, yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone below and it's struggling to get back up. So
Yeah, that drop was on Wednesday or was that after Wednesday? That was after Wednesday. Interesting. Yeah,
yeah.
it does seem I don't know. Bitcoin's weird, man, because it seems like sometimes when it drops hard, but then I can see a couple times when it just rocketed up back there too. So it's like, good old Bitcoin.
It's hard to say, dude.
It's
Hard to say.
it's like a mentally unstable significant other. I'm not going with the gender. It's like a mentally unstable life partner.
Yeah, it's nah, we're not gonna it can be both sides, so
Yep.
uh,
Oh, adjusting your stop loss.
yeah.
Nice.
I don't know why we adjusted that. I just clicked on it. I don't know where it was before.
I don't know, man. That trade. See, you got bigger cojones than me because I would have shot after that massive drop. I would have bailed on that trade.
It's a short though.
Yeah, after the massive drop, like
Yeah.
when it cranked all the way down there and then it started going back up again, I would have bailed. I'd have been like, oh, V-shaped correction, I'm out.
And you need to ask yourself the question why.
Because you opened that trade on Thursday. Yeah, because
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday you sent me a picture when I was at the grocery store.
It was up here, yeah.
Yeah. So like you literally was like 6 7 hours later, you got a massive payday.
Could, but we're still holding on to it. And now it's kind of climbing back up. And most people, if this was real money, they'd be sweating and be like, you know what? I'm going to sell right now. And how many times have I done that? I can't count, Mike. The reason is because I've been there, I've done that. And I've taken wins on trades that could have been way bigger, way bigger. And then I kick myself afterwards and like, damn, why did I get squeamish when it started climbing back up like this? And then I sold my position when in the very beginning, I knew exactly where it was going. I knew what it was going to do. But it was because I had so many emotions behind the trade. I had to make money, you know. I couldn't lose, right? There was this whole thing in my mind. It was just like, you can't lose, Corey. Why are you gonna let it climb back up like this? You might as well take your money now. You might as well, because if you get stopped out, then you're not gonna make any money. That whole mindset that I just described to you guys, like you might be actually just going through it right now. That's gonna keep you unprofitable. That's going to keep you in loserville, right? So right now you're on the highway, as my good my good friend AT would say. You're on the highway right now. You're going to greatness. You're going to success. You're going to confidence. And every exit you got, loserville. You're gonna get off on the exit to Loserville, and that's what this is right now. You gonna get off on the exit to Loserville? No. So we're gonna stick to our commitments, right? Because we're a man of our word. We knew from the very beginning what the setup was telling us. We're not gonna get scared out of our position because we have a little blip up, and it's like, oh no, I couldn't. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about with greed. If you're greedy, if you're over positioned, this is where the people who have no confidence in their trade, they're going to sell. Because let's face it, all they're focused on is making the money. And what we're focusing on is the actual fundamentals playing out.
But
It has
we
nothing to do
also
with the
care
money.
about making money. In all fairness.
Obviously, yeah. But if you care too much about making money, this is the paradox of trading. Everybody who's listening. So this is the paradox of trading. If you care too much about it, the worse you do. In fact, markets will come after that type of energy. You're gonna get eaten alive.
the goblin, the goblin inside all of us, that just wants to hoard the money. The rat person mentality.
Well, money just amplifies the person that you are. So if you're dishonest and you're not a man of your word and you're greedy, um, trading's gonna amplify that stuff with you, and it might show you sides of yourself that you didn't know that were actually there, and then it's gonna make everything you're gonna question everything in life. And the only way to become profitable is to address those issues. If you don't address those issues, you will always stay in the same place. See, it's not the markets. It's it's us, right? It's not if I could just pick up if I could just pick the direction and hold the trade, then I'd be good. You might be experiencing this exact scenario. You're watching our channel and we're calling these moves with pretty much an 80% accuracy, and that's a very conservative estimate. It'd probably be much higher than 8%, but as a conservative estimate off the top of my head, I would say I would put myself in the 80% range of what we call these moves with our trades on every time we come on this channel. If you had just held and waited for the trade to play out, you would have been good. But why did you sell early? Why did you panic sell? Why did you get out of the trade when the stop wasn't hit? And those are the questions you need to ask yourself, because I did the same thing. Trust me, I've been there. I've done the same thing. I had a mentor that would literally give me the exact calls. I knew exactly where the take profit was at. I knew where the stop loss was. But for some reason, within a 24-hour time period, I would make up my own scenario in my head, and then I would sell the position or stop myself out, and then it would run. You know how frustrating that is? I don't think you can really quantify that into words unless you've actually experienced it. Then you come to realize there's nothing to do. Even if you had somebody to tell you the exact moves, you'd still fuck it up. Why is that? You need to figure that out.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be profitable until you figure that out.
So what you're saying is trading money and alcohol have a lot in common, because alcohol is just going to amplify your negative character traits as well.
Well, yeah, don't trade when you're drinking either. That's one of my rules. So, have a plan, just like base jumping. I just ordered my base jumping gear, and it's crazy, right? Have a plan and stick to that plan. Do not change the plan halfway up the approach. Do not change the plan like a half a second later after you jump. If you do that, you're dead. You're done. There's no second chance. Same with your trading here. Yeah, you probably, there is a second chance. You can always make more money. It's not really the same, but if you decide to change your plan halfway through, expect yourself to get walked on, because you're not sticking to your commitments. You know, be a person of your word.
I should have changed my plan from Monday, because my stock pick for Monday was beautiful. I should have just hung on to it.
And that's the thing. And we all do it. I do it. I still do it sometimes. And then you kick yourself afterwards. You're like, why did I change my plan when I knew exactly what it was going to do?
No, I stuck to my plan. I should have changed my plan in that instance.
Why? Why would you change the plan?
Because it more than tripled. So I got out.
Let's walk it through. And what aspect of the plan would you have changed?
Oh, I just would have done a week hold. I would have done a swing trade instead of a day trade.
And what would the reason for that be?
Because I know what happened.
And yeah, that's not. Unfortunately, that's we want fundamentals when we have these things. So
oh yeah.
If you stuck to your plan and it played out to the way it was supposed to and it kept running, you did way better in my book than to say change your plan and decide to hold for a week and then make 500%.
Yeah,
I think if you had changed your plan halfway through and made 500%, yes, you would have made more money, but in the long run, you're actually hurting yourself.
Yeah, 300. It would have been 300%. If I had woke up at 4 a.m. and got into it and got off the third shift schedule right away, had no trouble with that, I would have made more money than I did, but it dropped back close to that original entry point that I was eyeing it at. It got within a few pennies, and then I bought in then, and we still went up, 60% on Monday? Yeah. So I'm not going to complain. Obviously having the wherewithal to, change that decision, it is what it is. I could have bought in the next day. and had the same result. So, but
So, would having a limit order change that for you?
no, no, it was the day trade. It was the plan all along because obviously in order to get pattern day trading status, which is a beautiful taxation status, you have to do a certain amount of trades per day with the majority of your brokerage account. You cannot not do the trades. So it's like you have to basically have your money out of the market every night and find something new every morning and do one round trip every single day to get pattern day trading status. So,
But you still sold in profit, right?
oh yeah, no, it was an awesome day. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, it was my only good day this week. It was Monday.
Mm. So, what's the overall status for the first week of not working and
Oh,
focusing
this was a horrid week.
100% on the markets?
Horrid week for trading. I mean, obviously, I basically was flat for the week, so it's whatever. It's not a win or a loss. I would call it a good uh, learning experience more than
So we're
anything.
break even.
Yeah. So I would call it a learning experience. The small account's actually down right now because Avalanche Treasury dipped, and I chose to just hold for the weekend. Avalanche Treasury Corp. But which isn't that big of a deal. The first 500, getting up to like turning that 500 into 2 grand is going to be the hardest part of this challenge. So it is what it is. I'm not worried about that too much. But I also have the big brokerage account, and I have that influx of capital that just came in today. So I'm not really worried. My bills are paid with crypto, and so I didn't have to touch the brokerage at all. And it's all about just learning from this now and going into next week and finding those winners next week. So, I'm not going to sit here and get bent out of shape about it at all because that's just going to make me, that's just going to lead to possible bad trades this week coming up. So, yeah.
Yeah, let the emotions get to you.
Yeah, it was this was a weird trading week, right? With the whole Iran peace deal thing in the news. I don't know who these guys are that decide this stuff and pull their money up to do these things, but basically, there was not many good opportunities out there in general. So there was that. So usually in the top 5 of the momentum traders every day, you'll get one that rockets. And I did get in on a few winners, small ones. But the problem is that the stocks that did pop, there was no news, there was no reason, and by the time I found them on the scanners, they were already popping, and I'm not going to chase. So, anyway, they were all Israeli stocks.
Funny how that works.
Not all of them, but a bunch of them. Like Regentis Biomaterials, which I've talked about on this stream multiple times, and I told people was a good buy at under $2. That went to $14 in one day.
Well, high risk.
One day. I saw it go from 2 something to 5, and I was like, yep, nope, not chasing that. And then I watched it triple from there. So, whatever. Wah wah.
Well, now you see why I stick to high probability. Because I've played that game before.
Yeah, with the equities, it's interesting. There'll be days when it feels like meme coin madness, and then there'll be other days when it just plays out perfectly to a T. Market opens, it drops to the 764. Freaking buy in at 10 a.m. and it takes off like a rocket. You're like, yep, thank you very much. I'll take.
It's not consistent.
Huh?
It's not consistent, and
No.
that's my issue with it.
Yeah, that's why you have to run the tightest of stop losses. That is number one. If I'm trading with 10 grand, I don't wait to lose 1,000 before I'm out. If I'm down 100, because I'm eyeing that bottom. That's the whole point in doing it like this. Obviously, shorting is a little bit different, but the momentum trading, the bull momentum trading, I'm eyeing that bottom, and if I don't find that bottom and it starts to go down even more, I'm out immediately.
Mm.
Immediately.
That's what I'm saying, Mike. It's just too much to keep track of. It's just I'm too lazy for that. I'm not doing that.
Oh no, there's nothing to keep. Like there's not. Like I do research on stocks
I
for.
have to go look for a bunch of stocks when
Yeah.
I could just look at the Nasdaq and look for my setup.
Well, I do research on stocks for long term, so people know my long term picks, like Intel, 20 to 120, Kodak, all those ones. That's a whole totally different scenario.
And that's the audience we mostly drive here, long term. You know.
Yeah, yeah. My long term stuff does great. This is more or less trying. So this short term scenario, dude, there's no research. Like I'll look at a stock real quick, look at the fundamentals real quick. Maybe check the SEC filings, maybe to make sure there isn't a big shelf registration or something. But a shelf offering, an at the market offering utility. But that's basically takes me 2 minutes after I've already found the stock. I'm just looking at high volume stocks, day of 9 a.m. Like you literally only need 3 hours a day to do this. And there's plenty of people that momentum trade like this and just make ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah. Well,
Fastest way without leverage or margin to turn $500 into $500,000.
but how realistic is that?
Yeah, I
You have
mean
to
people
really.
do it, and I'm probably.
Oh yeah, people do it, but um, the people that do it, how much experience do you think they actually have in this?
Oh, I mean, they have
Not much.
experience.
And then maybe some actually do, but
Oh yeah.
um, it's yeah, to a level it is just pure luck. Um,
I mean the ones that
if I
turning.
make 200% and I see that, I'm taking my money. I don't know who. Depends on the person, but when I see that, I'm
Oh,
instantly taking my money because I know this game.
dude, if you turning $500 in moment day trading, turning $500 into 5 grand, you're probably doing 50
It's
to
not
a
even dollars, it's the percentage. So I see I make 30-40%, I'm taking my money. It doesn't
exactly,
matter. Only a
exactly.
hundred bucks.
Like you're trying to get that. It's basically your goal is to consistently get 10% a day if you average it out. You want to get 10% per day, and it'll be
Right.
6 months and you'll be rich. If you do the math on that, you get about 140 trading days within 6 months. And if you do 10% a day, that compounds. Obviously, some days are going to do 50%, and then some days you're going to hit your stop loss and you're done. Like the market looks like garbage that day.
This is interesting.
What, Bitcoin?
This is the Nasdaq.
Let's bring it up. You got the QQQ.
Oh, so that's the future. That's the options. This is the futures.
We did have a triple witching day on Thursday too. So like everything this week was working against your typical momentum traders. A quadruple witching day. Sorry.
Got this liquidity void,
Ooh.
and that says up,
Let
which
me.
is that's insane, right? What the hell? But
Yep.
we missed our entry on that.
Well, that was the weekend.
That was Wednesday.
Okay. Of this
But
week?
the gap, what you're talking about, the gap is the weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
But the entry for this week was Wednesday. Look how it hit that midway point. Pretty nice. Almost there, but not perfectly. interesting, right? What if we pull it from the wick? Look at that.
John Wick.
Isn't that creepy? A little past the midway point, but there you go. That says up, which is pretty wild. But
Yeah. Where do you think the Nasdaq's going this week? We're in the last week of the month coming up here.
hard to say.
The Strait of Hormuz is closed again. Bitcoin just hit 63.7.
32,787.
Ooh, a new all-time
Cra-
high. You heard it here first.
Craziness.
You heard it here first.
I don't know. Yeah, but that's what it's looking aggressive, and it's now once again playing a model, and well, we have to just play the model. It's probably gonna consolidate. It won't do that until probably like July.
All right. I have breaking news.
Breaking news, everyone.
The Strait of Hormuz is open again.
That's where it's at.
I'm not even joking. they
Oh yeah,
announced it was closed a little while ago, and now it's reopened.
it's now open again.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. It was the IRGC, the Iranian Republican, whatever it is, the military said they were closing it again, and then the government of Iran was like, no. It's open. It's staying open. It's reopening still. Don't listen to them.
Yeah, they're confused.
Oh man, that's funny. That is funny. So I mean, if that is the case, I could definitely see how this would go up. Let's check out economic data for the week. What do you
Hey, you want to
use?
pull it up?
Forex Factory. You want to pull it up?
All right.
I'm just gonna pull up Forex Factory, but I've never used it before. Oh, that's really easy.
Pretty
Yeah,
easy.
you already got it filtered for American stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, we got GDP quarter over quarter on Thursday. Oh yeah.
Monthly expansion, so it's middle of the week. But it seems like we're just chopping this month.
Yeah, see,
But go ahead.
I think GDP is going to be good. Basically based off of the fact that imports are lower than ever with everything going on overseas, and we're making more and more stuff here. I think, you know, and with AI and all that stuff, like Nvidia, they make their, all that thing happening here. I think GDP is actually going to be up. So I think that 3.5% or the 1.6% for GDP quarter over quarter, I think we're going to hit like close to 2%. And the markets are going to, and Corey's going to get his all time high in the QQQ call hit. I think that is a safe assumption.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, but that's the charts say, which is crazy. But that's what it says.
Yeah.
We stick to the model. Um,
Well, we also have
yeah.
personal consumption expenditures, which is the Federal Reserve's primary metric for tracking inflation and making monetary policy decisions. Their long-term target is 2%, and we got that coming month over month, and obviously we'll get year over year there too. So if that will probably be up.
Oh yeah, I will. But that's not big. Not really that big of a deal for traders.
No, GDP is going to be way more important.
It's monthly expansion, so really just pay attention to your charts and the models. The the economic data, what we show you guys here is simply a roadmap. It's kind of like a suggestion as to where things might go, but it's not something to say like, oh, it's set in stone, but expect things to get wild around these times, and that's why we highlight them. Um, Typically you see the crypto bros or the stock bros come out after the fact, and then they blame whatever it is, the market goes up or the market goes down, whatever the situation, they'll blame a news driver for it. And yeah, that might be the case, but unfortunately, guys, or actually fortunately for us, we can see those moves play out well before the news, as you've been seeing multiple times on our channels. We've been telling you what, I don't know what the news is going to be, but whatever it is, it's not good. Um, and then it plays out to be bad, and then some bad news comes out, and it's like, oh, surprise, surprise. Not really surprising on this channel. It's kind of just comes with the territory. Isn't that right, Mike?
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty funny to watch the big old head and shoulders and the frowny face pattern, as I call it, the round top, and then of course, Fed rate decision comes out, what everybody expected, but still the market's cratered that day. They were prepped
And
for it. The charts were pointing that way. The technical analysis, everything was saying we were in for a drop. So
pretty trippy how that works. Well, it's not really that trippy because if you've been watching the channel like we teach here, the market makers and the people who have money, let's face it, this is how I put it into layman's terms for people. Those people who have the money, who make these big moves, they obviously get the news before us. And if you think anything otherwise, you're kidding yourself.
no, that doesn't
You're
happen, Crypto Corey.
you don't, like they have what's called an edge. We all know what that is. People pay big money for an edge, and let's face it, the people who are doing this, they have an edge. They have an edge over me and you. They have an edge over retail. And retail, let's face it, they focus on what? News, right? They focus on the news for the most part.
So
So the
people
people who have the big money, they're going to make their moves before the news comes out.
people who are
And
edging have an advantage.
sure. So the people who already received this information, they're going to put their orders in. And that's what we teach on this channel. We teach and teach, I mean, we show our financial journey. We don't give financial advice. But by teach, we show you how to read the footprints of the market makers that are making these moves, that know the news well before us when it comes out, because they make their moves before the news comes out. And that's what the price gaps are. That's what the fair value gap is. That's what these big moves that move huge and suddenly they create inefficiencies. And that's what we pretty much show you guys on this channel. So if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, I don't know what you're doing. Like, you're missing out big time.
Being
You still listening to the crypto bros out there. Come on.
there's
They're showing you stupid things like RSI.
yeah, dude, that's all you need. So when the RSI goes green, you buy, and when the RSI goes red, you sell. That's all
Right?
you
And
need.
that's all you need, right? If it was that easy, everybody would be making money. So
Yeah, yeah, 80% of all traders lose money when
more
you
than that.
when you
It's
quantify.
in the 97, 98%. Yeah.
No, no. So I looked this up because I got
Futures.
into a debate with
Well, it depends on what you're trading.
so actively trading. So it's so percentage of people who lose money actively trading. It's roughly between failure rates. Approximately 80% of day traders quit. Long-term profitability. That's 1 to 3% of day traders are consistently profitable. And they have the 90-90-90 rule, which is usually debated that 90% of traders lose 90% of their capital within 90 days. So, academic research and brokerage data indicate that roughly anywhere between 70% to 97% of active retail traders lose money. A lot of studies point to a 90 to 95% failure rate over the long term. But I think based off of the different academic research and brokerage data. So I like the brokerage data because they can see how many people who actively trade lose the money, and it's actually more like 80%. Because even you got to take into consideration your long-term traders. Like even someone who's only buying the S&P 500, and that's all they do is they get paid every week and they put a certain percentage of their money into the S&P 500. Like that's someone who's actively trading. So I think the real amount is probably around 80-ish%. Because Corey, your parents they've made muko bucks managing their own you know investments, correct?
Yeah, we're kind of part of the 1%. So that what Mike just told you, I mean, yeah, you have an 80% failure rate.
Yeah.
You only have 20% chance that you're actually gonna win. Um, and that's pretty much why, because let's face it, in your personal life, when you ask your friend to show up for something and then they want to commit to it, how many of them actually show up and commit? And then how many of those people actually show up and like try it for the first time, actually stay showing up and like committing? The same thing with trading. Like everybody says they want to be a trader, everybody says they want to make money and do this. How many actually put the money in and try it? And then not only that, how many people actually keep trying it after they fail? Because let's face it, you're going to fail. You're going to lose money if you try to do this. There's no way around it. And as soon as people, for the most part, they lose money, how many of them turn the other direction? They never touch it ever again. It's
Yep.
a fundamental problem. It's not trading, right? It's just for the most part how people operate. They for the most part, at least here in America, from what I've experienced, and it can be different in other countries or in other states or in other. In most part, it probably is different in other countries, but how many people actually commit to something and stay committed and actually keep showing up? Not just trading, like anything. Like you ask your homie to show up for basketball practice. You know, he might show up for a couple weeks and then a month in, he's all of a sudden he's got an excuse. Oh, I gotta get home. I gotta feed my cats. The cats gotta be fed at 4 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, guys.
You went right to the cats, bro.
Right? Like, I got the dumbest excuses in the world as to why I can't show up for basketball practice today with my boy. You know,
Also,
I see
basketball
all the time.
practice. It's so
You know,
random.
you could be showing up for skydiving. Like whatever.
Yeah, that would have been good. Make it about you. Like, how many people have you seen come through the drop zone? Um, like do the 10 tandem jumps, but then never come out and jump solo.
I mean, you usually don't do that many tandem jumps, but um,
Like,
how
how
many
many see?
people go from like actually saying I want to get my license and they sign up for their A license course and then they probably get to about category C and then they quit
Yeah,
is because they get a giant ego check and then they pretty much have like a oh shit I almost died moment. That's skydiving. That's a completely different thing, but
I
yeah, a large percent. It's right up in the 80-90%.
I would
Um,
say that that is probably more similar to trading than a lot of things. because it's like the risk involved, like risking money, risking, obviously it's not the same, but if you had to try to find a hobby that was really similar to trading, it would be one of your hobbies, like mountain climbing or skydiving.
Yeah, rock climbing. I mean,
Yeah.
um, the sky or the rock really determines on who stays, and that basically comes down to the factor is that you're gonna get your ass checked big time, and same thing with trading. Like you're gonna get rocked. Your shit's gonna get fucking rocked, and understand that's what you're signing up for. You understand when you get into skydiving or base jumping that the consequence is death. Like you will die if things go completely wrong. Trading's not that serious. I mean, it kind of feels like death, right? Because you'll lose all your money. So that's it. It is kind of that panic. Like, oh crap! But um, usually when people get a big ego check in trading, like they lose $5,000, they don't come back, right? And it's the people that decide that it's just $5,000. I'll make that again. I'm gonna try it again because I know there's something to this, and other people do it. Other people make money. So what's the difference with me? Why can't I do it? And that's why I stick with it.
Yep. Yeah, same. I mean, I'm lifetime positive by a long shot, so I'm definitely within, the top 20% at least. And a lot of that has to do with knowing when to get the heck out. So, theoretically, like, dude, Safe Moon is a great example. Just watching that thing climb day in and day out, and, you know, having people that I know, because that's the whole reason I even got into it. I didn't find it, someone else found it. And have them be like, oh, we sold. What do you mean you haven't sold yet? I'm like, no, I haven't sold yet. And then you get a couple of them that's like, I'm never selling this, and it's like, ooh, ooh. Well, once I was up, 500%. I started selling like 10% of my holdings per week and locking in some gains. I got my initial investment out now, so whatever at this point. And then it's funny because it's like both sides. If you're too crazy and too emotional and with the gain, and you just need to get the heck out, and obviously crypto altcoins is a totally different game. But if you're too emotional and you get the head out too early, you're gonna watch other people make a ton of money and get left behind. But then at the same token, if you're a diamond hands and you're just like, this is gonna be forever, and you don't sell, oh God, I would say that's worse because you're just gonna watch that fall. It'll rebound, falls again, you know, lose 33% in one night. Whew.
And then the whole way you're once again changing the original plan that you had. You had an original plan, whereas you said if I had doubled my money, I would take my money. Well, all of a sudden, you doubled your money, and then you didn't take your money. And then it tripled. You're like, yes, I'm a genius. Dumbasses. This is why I didn't sell at 100%. And then it quadruples. Be like, yeah, watch me. I'm gonna do the biggest trade of all time. I'm screenshotting this. I'm sending it to my buddy. Yo, look how much money I'm up. This is awesome. And then boom, overnight goes back to 100% to the place where you originally said if I got to this area I was going to sell. But now all of a sudden you're telling yourself, "Oh wait, it's going to go back to 200-300%. I'm just going to wait till it goes back to that because that was a good trade and I'm gonna get my money then." And then all of a sudden the next day comes around. Now you're down 20%. Like, oh, I can't have this. Like, I got to make some money on this trade. So then I'm just gonna wait for a little bit longer, and then boom, now you're down 50%. And you're like, oh my goodness, I'm such an idiot. I just wanted to go back to break even. God, if it just goes back to break even, I will sell my trade, and then boom, it goes down another 40%. Now you're stuck. Now you're cooked.
Yes.
I've just described the same situations happen to thousands of people.
I think the official total was 2,000% on that particular one.
2,000%. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that was doing all the math after the fact, averaging 2,000% gain. Best trade of my life. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Yep.
That one, and Riot are both up there, number 1 and number 2. If I had done what I told people to do with Palantir, that would be number 1.
Yeah.
But I was a brokey.
There'll be many more. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, abundance theory. You definitely got to be abundance theory with it. Don't be scarcity theory because that contributes to what Corey's talking about. If you're all scarcity, if that's driving your mindset with this, and you're not thinking to yourself, oh, another one will come along. Yeah, that's exactly like Crowdweave. Crowdweave is a good one. That's a stock, an equity, but it is tied to the AI bubble. Buyer beware. Oh yeah. Oh, I haven't told people what I'm into this weekend. Because they're probably thinking, oh, Money Mike, he's day trading now. He's probably not sitting on anything this weekend. Oh boy, you couldn't be more wrong.
Money Mike's got a plan.
Yeah. It is a Zora.
What's going on with Zora?
Oh, it's looking like trash. This one's actually following Bitcoin better than Zcash, but in a bad way. So this thing is definitely dipping with Bitcoin. It basically my average is about 0.008. So I've rolled over the brokerage account into crypto, or what I could legally, because I got to keep some set aside for margin. I will go over the stock that I'm holding for the weekend, one stock. So this one just basically dropped and is having trouble rebounding, but it's a small amount of money into this, so it's kind of just, it is what it is. It's whatever here, you know? So they're coming up on the 1 year since they had their meteoric run, and the algos remember. So I'm trying to get in on a nice pop here on the 1 year anniversary. I can show it to you guys. Hold on 1 second, because apparently this thing does not like when I go and click off on a different screen. Discord, you need to get that fixed. So this is the 1 year chart. As you can see, we're coming up here, July. We're coming up on, and I did get into that one too, but I got out at like 3 times my money, even though, I was thinking 10 times is attainable, but I was working a lot, and basically they got me on that first big drop. You can see it. I was like, yep, nope, I'm out. It's dropping now. This is a pump and dump. But I still made money. And the funny thing is when Zora popped last year, dude, I was averaging in weekly. So I was averaging in like a third of my paycheck weekly, because I was like, all right, we're gonna be smart. Dollar cost averaging. I only made it 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and it popped off. And then after that, I'm not averaging into a positive gain, because that'll just, if it does drop, that'll just, compound your losses after the fact. So that's an algo play. I'm waiting for that 1 year. The algorithms will come in. The other crypto holding right now is, I I don't want the 1-year chart. We'll grab the 5-year chart on that. Get that thing all squared away for y'all people. And then get back to it. So, Zcash. I'm positive on this one. So that's nice. I got a ton of dry powder if I need to, average down on like a Saturday night dip if that just so happens. But fingers crossed, baby. So I was telling Corey, both of these so Zcash especially, if you had bought into Zcash, I think Zcash is 6 out of the 6 last weekends. It might be 5 out of 6. I'll say it's 5 out of 6 to be safe. But basically, if you, not financial advice, but if you buy Zcash Friday after the markets close or earlier in the day, and then you sell on Sunday night every week or Monday morning, basically Zcash was positive every single weekend. And obviously that's not, something you can always come to expect, but I noticed a pattern and I haven't been bit yet, so I keep doing this. And then finally but not least, the one stock that I am holding over the weekend. And this one's going to make you, oh my god. Let's go to the 5-day chart. Actually, you know what? No. We're going to look at this 1 month. So I can show you guys exactly what I'm targeting here. It's this one, and it dumped in my face on Friday. So my average on the small, this is the one that the small account is holding, and that's why the small account is down to $450 right now. We are less than the 500 starting amount. So Corey theoretically could win this challenge by not trading at all.
Mike's going to be jumping out of an airplane pretty soon.
So, but basically my thought process on this one is I'm expecting the crypto markets to pump, and I think this thing can pump even without the crypto markets. It's an avalanche holding company. But what I'm seeing is I'm seeing 2 huge gaps here. This thing listed. Oh, no, we zoomed in. Oh, we did it. All right. So I'm expecting this thing to fill one of these gaps. So I'm going to have a hard time holding in this $1.50 to $1.75 region. But if the news is good enough, I like the fundamentals, I might try to hold to get up here to the 275 range. But let me zoom out for you so you can actually see everything that I'm looking at with this chart here. So I went to a 1-year chart so I could show you guys. They just got listed. This company literally just got listed beginning of June. So they used a SPAC merger, which is like a reverse merger. They got listed out in the middle of June. So they have to release what they call a Super 8K soon. As you can see from the actual volume and this price drop, it makes no sense. The volume was minimal compared to what's been happening lately. And this thing is basically just like a catapult or slingshots pulled way back. And either what's going to happen is the slingshot's going to snap. And it's going to dump in everyone's face even more. Or it's when it launches, it's going to launch hard. So I can actually look up the short interest right here. You can look up the short interest of any ticker by punching in the ticker. So this one, AVAT, AVAT, short interest. And then I can show you go to Fintel. Fintel has the most recent and the best and most accurate data when it comes to this, fintel.io. So right now the short interest is 4.6 million shares. It will take them 6 days to cover. which is crazy. No, there's very few shares that you can actually short out there. 200,000. If they want it. Oh no, why is this giving me the wrong thing? Okay, so the short interest is 419,000 shares. So they don't have the actual outstanding share amount yet. And yeah, so basically that data is no good because they haven't released that 8K that's going to show you exactly how many shares are in the float and how much money they have per shares. So that's really interesting. So this is a big question mark, but this is a brand new company, and once they release assets per shares, which will probably happen, definitely has to happen this week. Yeah, that'll be interesting because if they have $3 of assets per share, expect this thing to frickin' rocket. If they have $5 in assets per share, we might go right back to where we were before when this got listed at 1056. So yeah, those are my plays.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I got nothing for the week coming up. That drone companies, basically Ukraine just launched like hundreds of drones at Moscow, like right at Moscow. So I'm thinking, that'll be in the news. Drones might be a good one, but right now I have nothing. I'm gonna do some research over the weekend. Hopefully, I have another 300% pick for you guys on Sunday, like I did last Sunday. BitBit Digital went nuts too. Remember that was the other one I mentioned?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm killing it as far as like the stuff that I am telling people about. Yeah, BitBit Digital for the past week was up 26%.
Nice.
Yeah. If you want to see me day trade, I live stream them every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can see what's happening over there. I'm not telling you. I'm not telling the viewers anymore about the day trades. Thanks for the comment, say Haj3944. He's got viewers we can buy.
Shut up. Yeah, shut up with those guys.
Oh, yeah, you get it with Twitch. You don't get that on YouTube.
That's nice.
Yeah, we can always buy viewers. Something to keep in mind. As our trading earnings thoroughly outpace our follower count growth, we can just buy viewers.
That's always an option, right?
Yeah. No, thank you. I like organic. You know what? I'll start wearing like skimpy clothes. I'll do what some of these influencers do. Start flashing my cleavage for people and stuff.
You do that, yeah. Have like a banana hammock.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Looks like Bitcoin's doing what you need it to. We're definitely
Just
getting
give it
a frowny face here. You can
Yeah.
see the volume where the Asia markets jump in between like 8 and 9 p.m. It's crazy, dude. You can see it get ratcheted up a little bit, entice people, go above those the high of the day, and then wham, whammo,
Nice.
whammy. Yeah. So it's a weird weekend because usually you get a pump Friday afternoon pump lately. That's what you typically get. And then you get a Saturday night dump. But with the holiday weekend and stuff, being a long weekend and everything, it's hard to say. That's why I got dry powder ready.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
I think that's a good place to leave it off. I'm gonna get some food here.
Yeah.
Get to bed. Okay. I'll be jumping tomorrow. So
Nice. Yeah, not me. Probably gonna go over on populist personas.
Hmm.
Populist personas and show everybody the end of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, that's sounds like a weekend.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna beat this game, and then I'm giving up gaming for a while. I'm giving up drinking. I'm giving up gaming. Until I'm not gonna allow myself to game until the trading is profitable. So if I don't have a profitable week, I'm not gaming next weekend. I'm gonna stew in my misery.
It's always a good strategy.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not drinking until I have 100 grand in the bank. You heard it here first.
100 grand in the bank.
Yep. In the small account challenge, Corey is still at 500, and I am at 454. Yeah.
So sometimes not taking the trade is the better way to go.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks too because I was up before I jumped into this last trade. I was up 10% on the week at least. Um. So yeah.
Yeah.
But what can you do?
Right?
So yeah. What do you think we're gonna stream again? Sunday night? You want to do Sunday night?
Yeah, it sounds good. Sunday's good.
Yeah. Yeah. You did you work today?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So you're beat, right?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Makes sense.
Probably going to bed here pretty soon.
Yeah, I don't blame you, bud. Yeah. I got nothing you know. I haven't been working a conventional job, so I think I just took some caffeine, so I'm staying up for a while.
Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna probably cook food and go lay down. It's only 6 o'clock.
And the coyotes are out.
How I spend my Friday night.
Eh, it is what it is. We're grinding, people. It's not about going out to the rave or the club. We're freaking grinding here. Corey just got his base jumping rig. That's what you get when you're grinding.
You get everything you ever dreamed of.
Yep. When you're
It's
partying,
just,
the only thing you can look forward to getting is an STD.
hopefully not. But if you're at ASU, unfortunately, yeah, that's what's coming.
be be careful because you're close to there.
I know.
Oh.
It's not good.
All right, people. Like and subscribe. Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be our next live stream.
Yeah. It's gonna be good.
Yep, we'll have some brand new research for you. We'll get our analysts on it this weekend. Our team of analysts.
Yeah. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Oh yeah.
Let us know how we're doing.
Unless
I mean, obviously, you don't need us. You don't need to let us know how we're doing. We're doing pretty damn good.
yeah, if it's negative feedback, you can just keep that to yourself.
Yeah, keep that to yourself.
Because we
Ungrateful
will
mother.
feature it on the channel if you're talking crap in the comments.
Pin your comment. The pin of shame.
Yep. Yeah. I'll put you up right on the live stream. I don't care.
Yeah, we'll lay into you hard.
We won't dox you, but alrighty. Well, that has been Manic Money Finance.
It's Manic Money Finance Channel. I'm Crypto Corey.
I'm Money Mike.
And we'll see you on Sunday.